What up, everybody? Welcome back to Bench Kings. Today we are going to continue our US Men's National Team series as y'all seem to enjoy it a lot. We've already went over the goalkeepers, the center backs, and the left backs. So I thought it's best to finish this back line and dissect the right back position. And boy, there is a ton of them. So sit back, relax, get a cup of coffee, whatever, because this episode is going to be a good one. Our number one right back, the man who put loyalty over royalty, Sergino Dest, is obviously the go-to guy. Sergino grew up in the Ajax system, one of the best developmental clubs in the world. On October 1st, 2020, Sergino signed a 5-year contract with Spanish giants Barcelona. Since then, even before then, he has been superb. He has played both left back and right back for Barcelona, showing that he's a versatile player. Dest is quick, technical, and possesses that razzle-dazzle that most players dream of having. At only 20 years of age, Dest still has a lot more time to improve his game, which is a frightening thought to conjure, as he's already one of the best in the business. The only fault I see in Dest's game is his positioning. Dest has an attacking mentality, that's no secret, but his attacking mindset can occasionally spell trouble in the back as he pushes up the field frequently, leaving space in behind for a counter-attack. Thankfully though, Dest is fast, so he can normally track back and catch up to the opposition. Dest is a 1 in a billion type player. The least you can do is thank this beauty for choosing the United States over the Netherlands. In that number 2 position, we have Reggie Cannon of Boavista. Reggie grew up in the world-renowned FC Dallas Academy where he honed his skills and moved to Portugal. Reggie has been a consistent starter with Boavista and looks to be their best player, which, in all honesty, really isn't saying much since they sit very close to the bottom of the table, but Reggie can't be the one to blame for his team's abysmal performances. He's been a very reliable player in the back, rarely making mistakes, and also proves to be an important piece in the attack, making long, darting runs on that right side. Reggie is in for a big-time move in the near future. The 23-year-old was linked to Benfica not too long ago, and it was recently rumored that an unknown EPL team was planning to splash some major cash for the highly praised prospect. If Reggie keeps improving, he can maybe lock in that backup spot behind Dest, but I do find it unlikely, as he has a lot of young, up-and-coming talents right on his tail. One of them being fellow FC Dallas alumni Bryan Reynolds. On the day of making this video, Bryan finally transferred to AS Roma in Italy. He'll join Roma on a 6-month loan before completing a permanent transfer. Bryan was sensational with Dallas last season, tallying in 3 assists. It really is extraordinary the talent that Dallas can produce. You'd think it would take them at least a year to fill in that right back hole after Cannon left, but it took them a week to fill it in, with an arguably better player in Bryan Reynolds. It's no question, Bryan does have much more upside than Reggie. The real question is, will he fulfill this potential? If you ask me, I think he will. He's strong, tall, fast, quick, smart, basically every redeeming adjective in the book. For a tall guy, he's deceptively good with his feet, and his crosses are fuego. Reynolds may be the one in the future. After Reynolds, we got DeAndre Yedlin. DeAndre played for Newcastle and was recently, like 5 hours ago recently, transferred to UEFA Champions League contenders Galatasaray. Big moves for DeAndre. Yedlin looked to be the number 1 until a couple months ago when multiple high-end American talents bursted onto the scene. Yedlin really finessed the system. He went from a middle-of-the-pack EPL team to a top team in a decent league. Good player, even better agent. Like many players on this list, Yedlin has loads of pace. His negatives may outweigh his positives though. His lack of soccer IQ and poor 1v1 defending may inhibit him from ever breaking into the squad again. Before we get to the next players, and trust me, we have a lot of them, I just want to remind you guys to please subscribe. A lot of people that watch our videos don't sub, so please be the change and click that button. It really means a lot to us. Thank you. Okay, next up we got dual national Julian Araujo. Julian is still undecided whether he will represent the US or Mexico, but there is a very good chance that he'll rep the red, white, and blue. Last season with the Galaxy, Julian catapulted into the limelight, tallying 2 assists and scoring a hell of a banger. Like many on this list, Julian is young and ready to prove himself. His strengths include, but are not limited to, tackling, dribbling, crossing, aerial duels, and blocking. On the switch side, his passes could use a little work. Julian is a soccer devotee, if I ever saw one myself. Joe Skal is yet another right back on this very long list of right backs that could see some playing time with this squad. Joe is one of the youngest in the prospect pool, only being 18. Joe played in the NYCFC Academy where he was a standout talent. Even though he rarely saw first team minutes due to Tinnerholm being a beast, you could still tell he's a good player. How good? Quite frankly, I don't know. But what I do know is that if Gladbach are willing to shell out over $2 million for the unproven youngster, then he must be sorta good. This season, we may very well see Joe make some first team appearances, which would be awesome. Shaq Moore is the next stud on this list that probably many have forgotten about. Not too long ago, he was pegged to be the next big thing, but lately he has been overshadowed by younger and better prospects. Shaq is no slouch though, and he knows that. Shaq currently plays with Tenerife in the Segunda Division, but not too long ago played in La Liga with Levante. If Shaq can revolutionize himself, we could very well see him back in the first division. Time is against him though. He's 24 and needs to make an impact fast. Maybe a move to MLS could do good for him. I know plenty of teams that would love to have a player like Shaq hold down the back. Matt Alasunde is the next man up. Alasunde was previously with Man United's academy. He played with the U18s and U23s, but unfortunately Man U didn't want the youngster and let him go to Rotherham. Rotherham is a very big step down in competition though, as they currently are in the bottom 3 of the English Championship. Even though his team may be playing bad, Alasunde has been playing very good, tallying in 3 assists this season. The 23-year-old reminds me of Bryan in a lot of ways. He's tall, fast, only thing is his technical ability is lagging behind. We'll see what happens to Matt in the future. If he wants to play on this team, he may be seeing a switch very soon. German Americans, remember them? At one point half the team was made up of schnitzel-loving Europeans. Some of these long lost names that could possibly make a return are Fabien Johnson and Timmy Chandler. Fabien is the least likely of the two, as he has made it quite clear that he's done with this team. Also, he hasn't really done much of anything in the last couple of years. He has got a couple starts with Gladbach, but that's about it. The 33-year-old is surely out the door. Timothy Chandler, on the other hand, has a slight chance for a shot back into this squad. In 2019, Chandler had a very decent season with Frankfurt. The 30-year-old scored 5 goals in 22 games, but this season he has only played 5 games. Injuries and becoming a bench king has really hindered Timothy's progression. If he can get back into a very well-rounded Frankfurt squad, then he could definitely work his way back into the US men's national team as well. Another forgotten name that was hyped up not too long ago is 32-year-old Eric Lehigh. I think we all can remember that game against Arsenal in the FA Cup that propelled Eric onto the US men's national team radar. After that magical game though, Eric hasn't really done much. He played good with Hull and played okay with Fatih Karagümrük. Currently, he is a free agent, so we could see him anywhere in these upcoming weeks. I would love to see Lehigh play with the US one last time as I love his passion, but I just can't see it happening. And now finally, on to the last section of the video being decent MLS youngsters. Aaron Herrera, Tristan Blackman, and Kyle Duncan. Aaron Herrera recently played against Trinidad in a friendly where he put on a good showing. In Major League Soccer, he currently has 5 assists to his name, but no goals. At the age of 23, Aaron is going to need a miracle to become a mainstay with the US men's national team. Tristan Blackman of LAFC will also need a miracle of sorts to be considered in the right back position. Since graduating the University of Michigan and getting picked up by LAFC 3rd overall, Tristan has been a serviceable player. Bradley seems to love Tristan and plays him every moment he gets. Tristan has 4 assists and 1 goal in MLS since he's joined in 2018. His passion is there, but his technical ability is lacking. And lastly, we got 23-year-old Kyle Duncan. Kyle Duncan plays for the New York Red Bulls and had sort of a breakout season last year. Last season, Kyle picked up 3 goals and 4 assists in 23 games. Not too shabby at all. If Kyle can keep up his good run of form and get transferred to a Red Bull parent club in either Salzburg or Leipzig, I could see him maybe being considered as a mainstay. Well, that about concludes this video. If you guys enjoyed this video and like to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe because these videos take a very long time to make. Also, we have a shop with a lot of cool soccer designs. Go check it out. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next one.